The phone vibrated against the kitchen counter. I didn't answer. Her text appeared anyway. "Everything will be fine. Trust me." I stared at it. The words felt wrong, polished, too practiced, like the smile she wore when I asked about my mother's latest test results. She carried that smile everywhere, a halo for the world, but it never reached her eyes. I heard her footsteps on the hallway tiles, soft, precise like a metronome counting down time I didn't have. She didn't know I was watching. She never suspected. The smell of antiseptic clung to her clothes. My mother's illness had become a quiet war, and I had been losing until last night. A misplaced bill, $3 million, discrepancies in the hospital ledger, tiny, almost laughable errors, but the pattern was there, and it all pointed to her. I swallowed. Calm on the outside, torn to pieces inside. She entered the kitchen, humming lightly. I nodded at her without looking up. She tilted her head. "Everything okay?" "Fine." A lie, sharp and cold, slicing the air between us. It wasn't just the money. It was everything else she hid. The nights she returned home late, the hurried texts she deleted, the quiet pauses when I spoke about my mother. I remembered the small things. Her laugh when she thought I wasn't watching, the way she adjusted her uniform before opening the bedroom door, the way she kept her phone screen angled away from me. I told myself I was imagining it. That trust wasn't supposed to feel like a trap. And then I saw the file, hidden in the recycling bin. My mother's records altered. Lab results falsified. Dates shifted. Diagnosis edited. And a note in her handwriting. Neat and clinical that I could never unsee. Patient management, funds secured. My chest tightened. Betrayal doesn't arrive quietly. It claws, scratches, leaves you gasping for air. And I had been gasping for 8 years, blind to her halo. I watched her at dinner, careful, precise. Every word rehearsed, every touch calculated. She didn't know I had discovered the first thread, but I was pulling at the rest slowly. I wanted to scream. But I didn't, not yet. I started quietly. Phone records, hospital logs, financial statements. A janitor's access seemed harmless to everyone else. Invisible. But I saw patterns, numbers, dates, connections. A web of deceit she thought was invisible. I followed her routines like a ghost. No confrontations, no accusations, just observation, analysis, quiet calculation. I ordered a private audit. DNA tests, financial tracking, everything that could confirm what my mind already knew but my heart refused to admit. Each night I sat in the dark, reviewing the evidence. The calm facade I wore at work, at home, in front of my mother was a mask. Inside, the pieces of her betrayal aligned perfectly, painting a portrait I could no longer ignore. The more I learned, the colder I became. Revenge wasn't fire. It was ice, strategic, unyielding, and it would be mine eventually. The report arrived in a plain envelope. No warnings, no dramatic gestures, just the facts. All her financial manipulations. The falsified medical records, the $3 million in hidden accounts. I read it once, then again, then folded it neatly and placed it on the kitchen counter. She entered, smiled, halo intact. I gestured to the envelope. "Your work here," I said. Her eyes flickered. Panic, fear, the first cracks of her carefully maintained angelic mask. What is this?" she stammered. I let silence answer, cold, exacting. My hand remained on the counter, unmoving, as if time itself had frozen around us. She scanned the papers. Numbers, signatures, dates, all undeniable. Her breath caught. And then she cried, not to me, but for herself. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I simply walked to the bedroom and retrieved the hidden keys to her bank accounts. I laid them on the table beside the report. "This ends today," I said. My voice was calm, unwavering. "Everything you built on lies, gone." She lunged, begging, crying, accusing. But I had already known. I had already planned. My hands were steady, my mind colder than she could imagine. No punches, no violence, just exposure, just inevitability. I left her there, trembling, a fallen angel stripped of her halo, and I didn't look back. I drove home in silence. The streetlights passed like memories I no longer owned. My mother's room was quiet. No whispers of betrayal, no hidden lies, only the truth I had uncovered, meticulously, mercilessly. The $3 million meant nothing now. The power was in knowing, in seeing her unravel without lifting a finger. I poured a glass of water, stared at my reflection in the kitchen window. Cold, detached, whole. She would never forgive me. I would never forgive her. And that was enough. I had won, not in money, not in revenge, but in clarity. The past 8 years dissolved behind me, and I walked forward alone, unbroken, untouchable.